Hi, I'm Mitch Gullickson. I am currently in my third year at UND Medical School, and I was fortunate enough to come back here for a month-long rotation at Fargo Center for Dermatology. And I worked here as a gap year intern from 2019 to 2020 with Dr. Ness. I heard about it through the grapevine at Concordia, and at that point there was only 2 interns working. So I took a gap year obviously before going to med school, and then I applied for the gap year position. I was able to work in the clinic here, and I also worked as a nursing assistant at Stanford. So I was able to get like hospital experience but also clinic experience too, which I thought was super valuable. So I was in the process of applying to med school throughout my time at Fargo Derm. So they were really flexible with like interviews and like leaving for stuff, which was nice. And then left Fargo Derm left in like June, started med school in July at UND. So I'd always show up, 7:45, 8 o'clock. I was with the nursing staff pretty much all day, and I'd look at the patient list, sign up for which patients I was going to take for the day, and then see patients, chart, room them prior to the provider seeing them. And then as the provider's in the room, I'm not only charting, I'm also setting up for procedures and biopsies, which I thought was super helpful. You got to see firsthand how this stuff is done. You got a good chance to talk about treatment plans with them too after the provider leaves the room, which is really helpful, especially becoming a provider someday. Usually, at least when I was here, it was me and one other gap year, and we were kind of assigned our own providers. I was mainly on Dr. Ness's team, but there's days where Dr. Ness is gone, and I'm with Nikki or another provider too. So, I got to work with different providers, and it's nice you get to see how different providers work too, even within the same, clinic and stuff. I have 0 regrets taking a gap year, and doing this gap year, having this experience, I feel like it put me really far ahead in med school. I felt really comfortable talking with patients right away, starting in med school with clinical skills exams and stuff like that. And just the knowledge base you gain in dermatology. I feel like dermatology isn't hit on super hard in med school. So having this entire year of dermatology knowledge has helped me immensely. And you just get to see a lot of different cool things. Dr. Ness always says the skin is the gateway to the body. So a lot of diseases can manifest on the skin even though it's something going on inside. That's something I always do even when I'm on other rotations. I'm always looking at the patient's skin, could there be something going on here too? So